Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. Welcome. Welcome also all the friends who are joining us today from different parts of the world in order to experience Satsang in real time with us here in Portugal. So big welcome wherever you are, and thanks for joining us and for everyone to be present today. Very good. Okay. Yes, come please. Hi, Dolly.
I wanted to raise my hand because I feel like staying silent is very comfortable for me. And I think I'm too comfortable in that silence, and I create a boundary for myself to stay in that silence.
Yes.
And so I had a question about inquiry and staying silent, because I find a lot of times for me, inquiry comes naturally as I'm living my life. When thoughts arise or if situations occur where something's triggered in me, where I start to identify with the person, then it's an opportunity to inquire and to figure out who that is that's reacting. But if I try to inquire, like if I just say, okay, now I'm going to sit for 15 minutes and inquire, and it's not an intuitive process, it's like something that I'm trying to do, it just feels like an opportunity for my mind to go wild. And so I think that it's more important to just stay quiet, but I don't know if for me that's a form of avoidance.
Very good question. Very good question. You say that silence, being quiet, is very natural for you, and then sometimes you may be so comfortable in the silence, you don't feel you're being challenged when you're in the silence. Then you say you engage with the inquiry when it feels appropriate, when something comes that triggers any sense of identity, and it allows you to begin to look into what is being represented here. You know, who is the one who is feeling so strongly about things and so on, which is the correct way. But if you engage with the inquiry through some act of intention, like today, now, okay, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to sit and inquire, then it feels more mechanical. And on the contrary, it seems to produce or excite the mind into lots of activity. So the inclination would be to say, then better don't touch that. Better don't go into the intentional or mechanical form of inquiry. But there are some who can do it, even mechanically. They say, okay, let me see if inquiry only works beautifully when it's intuitive and spontaneous. What about if somehow I choose to sit and trigger the inquiry, and then I find the mind is going, have I lost anything by that? They could even look at that even. What about if I'm caught unawares and somehow already something is boiling so quickly, maybe I should have left it alone. Then it means that there is some kind of condition there also, that I can do the inquiry so long as it happens spontaneously. If it doesn't happen spontaneously, then I may find that the mind becomes so busy that, so what? So what if it becomes so busy? Would be my question, you see. Suppose the mind became very, very busy. Then it's also an opportunity, whether it begins intuitively or intentionally, that so the mind is going, but does that make a difference to who you are perceiving it? So it's an unusual point. Because normally I say, listen, don't practice it mechanically. because for many people it's already a giant step to take, even to inquire into something that is disturbing them. But you say, if some disturbance come, it's already some invitation to get into the inquiry, and it works. I seem to be able to look at it, and the strength of the agitation dissipates when I look at it. But if I try to employ the inquiry just by intention, then it creates a lot of tension. And it starts to go, I said, but try it. Because you should be a winner, 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 winner all the way, every direction, anyhow. I don't say, okay, go and look for trouble. But because you say, it has happened that you have employed the inquiry and intentionally, and it seems to just agitate the mind into some kind of excited state. But I would say, but so what? Is the mind being agitated the same as you being agitated? Is there a difference? Is it possible for mind to be agitated and you to be at peace? I would like to have some feedback about that one. Is it possible that mind is agitated and you are at peace? I hear some yeses coming. Yes. Yes. But for how long? Suppose mind is agitated all day. Will you be in peace all day? Or in pieces? Still yes. Yes. Is it possible that the mind would be agitated without your supplying any form of energy to it? Is it possible? Like, it just goes anyway. Not for long. Why? Not for long. No energy supply. I think she said like that. Energy supplied meaning what? If you're not engaged with it, at first some little nonsense start, and it starts just, it need not be even thought. It could just be a form of restlessness in the being. We're restless, or for some reason, everything you touch you keep breaking. You pick a cup up, oh no. You open the door, bang, the glass breaks or something. And then what happened? What will happen? Most people will say, oh, I'm really screwing up today. I'm really a mess. But someone may say that it's funny how the mind is, you see. They don't take it on as a judgment against themselves. They say, sometimes mind is a bit freaky, it does things like this. And they disregard it. They don't cover themselves in judgment. And so something is not picked up and reinforced as identity. Then without the fuel, it seems not to be able to blow very strongly.
Yes, it seems though when I intentionally try to inquire, it becomes a conversation. And I don't know how to get away from the words. Because
Conversation between who and who? Let's look at it. Conversation between who and who. One we say is the mind. It starts by saying, oh, you look a bit rough today, or something. And then who answers back?
It feels like the mind answers back.
Not quite. A little bit like that. It's not the mind arguing with the mind alone. The mind is arguing with the identity which is shaped out of consciousness combined with conditioning and identity. It's not purely mind arguing with mind. The mind is arguing with yourself in the form of the belief, I am this body, I'm this kind of person, I'm a woman, I've done very hard to get where I am, and I don't deserve to be experiencing this feeling right now. And the mind goes, don't you? Poof, 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 poof. And are you totally in that, or could you be an audience to that?
I'm an audience to it, but then it feels like I'm trying to look for an answer, but I don't want to be looking for an answer. Like when I try to inquire, it's like I'm looking for this answer that I know
Yes.
isn't there.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes. The inquiry is not really so much looking for an answer, but it's like going to the mirror to check your face. Some people say, "Oh, your face got a lot of pimples today." Another one say, "Oh, you're all full of running mascara, and oh, you look a mess," and so on. And then you go in the mirror and check for yourself. So, it's not so bad. That's just some, boom, boom. It's finished. The mirror is not giving you an opinion. It only reflects what is already there. And the same with the inquiry, it just reflects what? An answer? I don't think necessarily an answer. It confirms what has always been here. And it's not an interpretation. The mirror does not give the interpretation. The mind gives the interpretation. The mirror simply reflects. So the inquiry would more or less reflect. I may have gone too far to invite you to push this angle of intentional inquiry. If it doesn't work, I can also say just leave it. Why pick up work you don't need to do? But because you say you're so comfortable in the silence normally, and most people I find it very difficult to be in the silence. And you say, well, I'm very comfortable in silence. I need to be challenged or something, or it doesn't challenge me. When I do the inquiry, there's a bit of challenge, but I feel where I am. But then you say, if I impose the inquiry, you see, when it's not happening spontaneously, it does tend to make the mind more busy. And then I said, so what? If it makes the mind busy, are you not able to bring a busy mind back to harmony? Or will it cost you some time to get entangled first and wrestle your way out of it?
it only feels like wrestling when I'm looking for an answer. But if I'm just recognizing, then there's no...
When you recognize, what do you recognize?
That the thoughts that are coming or the feelings that are coming are just coming and going, and that
Yes.
that's not who I am, and that I don't need to identify as
And
that.
who are you? As much as a question can be put.
I guess that's where I'm stuck, because it doesn't feel like there's a word.
Mm-hmm. If no word can convey who you are, then you must be beyond words and concepts. Meaning that as many as they may come, they depend upon your perceiving them to be acknowledged that they are. If you cannot be contained in any concept, but at the same time you are the weakness of them, you must be somehow beyond them. But that has to be really clear. Can you find a place to be beyond concepts, beyond what is knowable? Can anybody be comfortable there, beyond the field of the known or the apparent known? Let's allow just a moment to see if we even grasp what I am implying by saying that. Can anyone here or watching be grounded, comfortable, content, beyond the field of what you think you already know? And are you presently situated within the field of the known? Or are you beyond the field of the known. Have I gone too far to say it like this? No. Oh, nice, good, I like that. You who are looking and perceiving, retrieving what is the objects of the senses or the objects of perception, are you located in those objects of perception? Where is your standing place? Who are you? This is a very important question because these are final questions amongst all the millions of questions that can be asked in the human kingdom. I put this is one of the final questions for you. Final in what way? Final in the most comprehensive way. Final in the sense is to place you or to show you your true position in respect to everything in this world. Who you are and where you're looking from and as what are you looking. Another final question. You are perceiving objects in various forms of subtleties. From the evidence of the senses, the things which can be sensed through the senses, can be touched and smelt and tasted and heard, like this. And mind, you are the perceiver of all of this, the realm of all of them. I call them collectively the field of objects. Even thought, I'm calling an object, meaning something you can perceive that has a quality, you can perceive it. Huh? You who are perceiving all these things, including perceiving your hand, the color of your eyes, the brightness of your teeth, the feeling in your stomach, all of these objects for you. You who are perceiving them, can you be perceived? Can you be seen? Who has come so far? Look. Yeah. Few hands are going up. And those whose hands are not going up, this is your chance to look at the question. You are seeing everything that you call your world, whether you're seeing it directly now or through the assistance of memory, so you can recall something. Whatever it is that can be perceived is appearing as some form of object. Object as thought, sensation, feeling, imagination. You can perceive all these things. You have done in the past, you're still doing now. When you had lunch today, you perceived what it was, how it tasted, whether it was agreeable. All these things is in front of you. Something watches and knows all of them. The one who knows all of them, who is inside this body, is it an object? Is it tangible? This answer, it should not come from here, okay? It has to come from someplace inside you that is your deepest knowing place. Or maybe some of you can't even hear the question. Because there's a force inside us also that may not want you to hear this question. You start to think about how many different things make up muesli and all kinds of stuff. It doesn't want you, blah, 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 doesn't want you to go and listen to this question. Why? Because it is too important. If you discover something of this magnitude, of this truthfulness, of this simplicity, of this honesty, of this directness, it may change the way in which you perceive the existence you take to be yours. And are you up for it?
Yes.
I've already started with a fact, which is rare. The fact is, you are perceiving everything you call your life. Everything that you say you know, and you've tasted, you know. This is a fact for everybody. The thing may not be a fact, but you believe it, you have accepted it, you perceive it at some level. And whether it's to do with time or shape or names or forms, you are the one who says, yes, this is my belief, this is my thought, this is my feeling. That was my day. This is my birthday. Next week will be such and such. You are the one behind it. Who are you? And let me tell you something more if you're able to listen to this. If you speak like this is my birthday, this is my family, this is my religion, this is my feelings, this is my position. This one who's saying my, okay, is also object. Is not completely pure subject, because it also has a lot of quality about it, has a lot of identity, has a lot of desire, a lot of attachments. So this one is not the final one who is here. Final means the purest. You have not come to your purest truth yet. And the journey of life, I would say, from my view of it, is the journey towards the purest understanding and experience here, not out there. Because out there can only relate from in here. This is the headquarters. Okay? So it is important to know who is sitting in the seat. You have an intuitive sense, it is you. It is you. If you went to court and you're giving some testimony and they ask you, so, what did you see? Well, you say, I didn't see it properly, but my grandmother saw it. I said, no. We're talking about you. Your grandmother is next. Okay? You, what did you see? Oh, I didn't see it directly. Oh, get off the stage then, please. What did you see? What did you experience? What are you seeing? So this you, if it is reporting about some phenomena, some event, some object of the senses or of the mind or imagined or from a different period of time, okay, there is a perceiver of all of those, and the perceiver often goes by the name I, it's me. And this me, is it consistent? Or does it keep changing its position and its belief? And you may be able to say, yeah, I used to believe this, now I believe this. So this one cannot be the stable one that you're searching for. There's one who is stable, who doesn't have changing minds and changing opinions. So the one with the changing mind and opinion is also perceived. That which perceives this one, who has no opinion in itself, can this be perceived? We want to know. Is there a way of knowing?
Doesn't.
Because you said, this is where I get stuck. Yeah.
I think I get stuck because I'm trying to, if there's no word for it, or there's no way to express.
Okay. You don't expect a word from it. The question is just being put. Okay? There must be a response to this question. It need not be in the form of an answer. You follow? It need not be, oh yes, the answer is this. It need not be that. But the question is an invitation also to look. And in looking, because normally all our answers are coming from what we see outside. Is this so-and-so? You check. No, it's not so-and-so. Outward. But the question, who am I who is perceiving the outer and even the inner? then the attention is not going out. It tends to have to turn around like this to look at the source of the question, the source of the seeing. Can the source of the seeing be seen? This is the question, you see. And you say, yes, this is where I get stuck. But is not the sense of being stuck also seen? Very subtle. Let's find out here, because nowhere else is offering you this opportunity to look. No employer, family member, any group, institution requires you to know this that you're being asked here. Let's see. Are we trespassing? Are we blaspheming? Are we going too far? Have we stepped across the line of what is permissible for a human being to inquire into? Are we going to suddenly explode or vanish because of this question? And do you feel anything for it? Is it touching against something in you that's putting you to the edge of your existence? And my invitation, stay with it. Stay with me in this introspection. And when you step back and look at every other question, they will have a different feeling for you. Because every other question is about other. But this question is about you. Who are you? This feeling of you or I is greater than intimacy. No one questions you so far. And now we don't want opinions. Revelation. We want revelation. We want direct experience. You say, this is where I get stuck. A very popular answer. Popular is not even the word. Frequent answer. Why? Because even this answer is answered from identity. And identity is also a phenomenon. It is also an object of perception. What is perceiving even the sense of stuckness? Is that stuck? Must it work out stuckness? Does stuckness pertain to it or to something else? And this is question so much for you. You are a prime candidate for this question. There is something that cannot get stuck. It cannot be bound. It cannot be freed. Don't just think for answers. Feel with your being. Feel with your being. Mere answer cannot be enough. What's the point of asking a question when the answer we don't want? when no answer is good. What's the point of the question? Most unusual question. This is not question and answer. This is question and response, question and revelation, question and experience. Question and discovery. Here is where I get stuck. Is a sensation. What perceives that sensation? Is that stuck? What perceives that sensation and is not even concerned about it? It means nothing for it. So far, we've been looking for answers to satisfy an idea we have of who we are. So far, we have been looking for answers to satisfy our conditioned identity. But there is something in you that is not conditioned. He doesn't want any answer. But we, whoever that is, still feel lost. Because we feel we cannot be other than we are. But is this we or I the final reality? Or is it also perceivable phenomenally, you see? This is the most beautiful moment in human life, you know? You know what I mean by this? Because it is a key. It is a key. When the Supreme decided to manifest itself as all these forms, it took a password. The password is, I am this body. First, I am, and it came to consciousness. It came to dynamic consciousness. As yet it was not a person, it was only presence. The first manifestation of the Absolute. It announced, I am. And presence was felt. It had not become a person. But it needed the body to announce this. Just like if you strike something, the sound in that something is I am. It needed the body to announce I am, meaning I exist. Before that, it simply is. But it doesn't have anything to say I exist too. Then it needed some form which it create out of itself. And announce I am. And it was still vibrant and complete. And then it felt, I am the body. Second password. Enter. And the game begin. How to come out of this game? Do you want to come out even? Good question. In a way, the game was also called a dream because it say that the Supreme cannot actually separate from itself. So it can only dream that. So it creates this concept of Maya, that it became many, though it is only one. And so it fell into dream. I am John, I'm Susan, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, I'm atheist, I am this. So it could have all these different thoughts. Then it became confused. One belief against another one. Now it wants to get back to something more original, something that's not so fragmented. It has to try and come back to the I am. Not to I am George. It has to get back to the I am. Spirituality is to get back from George to I am. Not I am George. Okay? So we are all George. Okay? Trying to get back to I am. That's called spirituality or sadhana, meaning practicing spirituality to regain our unified and harmonious knowledge of the truth. When we come to the place of the sense I am, which means somehow the sense of presence, whereby everything is perceived, it means that still, when one wakes up to the sense of presence, the world is still seen, but it is a harmony, a field of harmony. It understands the various names are all derived from the I am. The I am vibration is the common vibration in all the names and all the forms. It's there. It knows each form is a form of presence or with presence. It knows this. At a certain point, it is initially able to be in the state of unmixed presence. And then after, it starts to go back to mixed presence and unmixed presence. Mixed presence, unmixed presence. When it's in unmixed presence, it feels, oh, thank you. I'm so happy, so peaceful, everything is so beautiful, so happy, so joyful. When the pendulum swings again to the unmixed state, where it's combined with ego again, it feels, oh no, my God, no, I don't want to be here again. No, please. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. When it comes back again to presence, it's, thank you, hallelujah, thank you so much, God, thank you so much. And this oscillation happens for a while. But there is something else there that is not yet perceived in the oscillation. And that is the fixed point from where the polarities of the oscillation are both seen by that which is not swinging. What is it that observes the oscillation, you see, but itself is not swinging? Until then, we mind very much about the pendulum. But at a certain stage, you will not mind about the swinging pendulum. And when you don't mind, then it stops for you experientially. Just in the same way that if you have no interest in something, you don't have to transcend it. You don't even see it. Though it is there, you don't see it. This question now, that even the one who says, yes, everything I see through my inquiry, it shows me I am not these emotions, I'm not the feelings, nor the thoughts, I'm not the time, I'm not anything. Yes. But then that which watches all of these, can this be perceived? The answer came, no, here's where I get stuck. Who gets stuck? And what watches stuckness, but is not at all affected by stuckness, knows that stuckness itself is imagined and not real. Who can give an authentic answer or response here? What it means, authentic response, means your response and you are the same thing. What's happening now?
It feels like that can't be perceived, and
Yes.
it's able to just let everything go.
It cannot be perceived phenomenally. Sometimes I use a term that don't seem to make sense. I use the term a non-phenomenal recognition. Doesn't seem to make sense. A non-phenomenal recognition means what? Meaning that it is without quality, it is without form. Then how can it be perceived? I give an example. A knife, sharp knife, can cut many things, but it cannot cut itself. Why? It can only cut other. Itself it cannot cut, no matter how sharp. Sharpen some more, sharpen more and more and more, and let it try and cut itself. It cannot cut itself. Or a scale can weigh many objects, but it cannot weigh itself. Why? It can only weigh other. The eyes can see many things, many things, but they cannot see themselves. It cannot see itself. Why? And I gave before some beautiful statement of St. Francis of Assisi. He said, what you're looking for is already where you're looking from. You are what you're looking for. How will you find it? How will you find something that is closer than intimacy? Not even closer, because closer still means other, near, not one. So in the same way that the knife cannot cut itself, you cannot perceive yourself, not phenomenally. In fact, you start by perceiving everything as not yourself. Whatever you can see, including the body, is not you. You say, my body, my hand, my house, my belief, not you, belong to me. My foot, not you. They can remove your foot, no? They say, I'm without my right foot. Your stomach. Eyes, well, eyes can go, everything can go. If you take the heart out, then no, it's finished. Because the vital force says, okay, enough, I don't want to be here. But you say, my this, my life, my belief, my heart, my thoughts, my gut feeling, my love, my strength, all these can go. All these can go because they are not essentially you. The only thing that cannot go is you. something here that cannot be touched, it cannot be dirtied, it cannot be abused, it cannot be separated, cannot be possessed. When that is known, all other threats fall away. You say, there are no words for it. Yeah, there are no words for it. There are words for it, but the words are not it. There are words for it. The Supreme, the Absolute, pure awareness, God, truth. But itself is also beyond words. How can it be recognized? And by who? It alone knows itself. And fundamentally, we are it. But the voice comes and says, but I can't be it because I don't know it. And I see I'm getting closer to it. I'm getting closer to it. I spent all my life searching for it. I've come very close. I was even it for a little bit. And then it went away. Are these things true? Is it true? Huh? Or sometimes I can be it, but not for too long. So whose voice is this? Who is speaking? Because this one, everybody knows, no? This one, everyone believes this is my identity. This is where the consciousness hangs out most, in the form of the seeker who is there mostly, getting close, touched it once or twice, been there for the longest for 3 weeks. I was there 3 weeks. Was it a holiday? This is where we are coming. This is why it is worth this time we're talking about this. In fact, I'm only talking about this. Pointing to this. Who is the one? Because there's great faith and great identity in the one who is approaching it. And there's a faith in that which is being approached. But more reality is imparted to the one who is getting towards it. Is this the correct relationship? Today is a good day. Next week, there won't be any satsang from this place. Apparently, I cannot say absolutely, because I don't know anything, ever. Okay? But it's generally perceived this Sunday, last satsang, for a while. When that will be, maybe in London, inshallah, maybe it may happen. But I don't know at the moment. Suppose this is the last satsang. What is possible today? I'm going to treat it like last satsang. And I'm happy so far. I'm happy you stood up and brought this. I'm happy at where we are at this moment to discuss this. But I don't want to only discuss. I don't want only to seek. There must be finding also. Okay, okay, okay. Good, good. Come.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Something's being burped up and needs to come out and be exposed in the light with your help, I guess.
Yeah.
It's seen, but it's fear, and it's very strong. It's burning. I just wanted to step up and bring it up.
Yeah.
Offer it up.
Yeah.
Because it has to go.
Yes. Sometimes you ask the God also, please help me to become closer to you. And he puts 2 fingers down your throat. It's a beautiful response. Let me be near you, let me be one with you. In a way, we have to vomit out something. Sometimes literally also. But in a sense, what is happening is that there's a burping out of what is not true. We have a little helicopter in the room. They're closing. Okay. Everything is closing down at the moment. This burping up is an intuitive response that you feel because something needs to be set free. Something needs to be set free. And because you have come to the point where you know I need to be free of this, then immediately you see and start to feel a nausea because there's something here that does not belong here anymore. And we don't know if it ever really belonged, but for a while it was carried, and now I need to be free of it because it has dimmed my intuitive receptivity to what is truth, and now it wants to come out. And there are different approaches, no? One is we have to get this thing, see what is this that's there. But more important than this is the truth of you is to be found. If you find the truth of you, then whatever this reaction is, it will happen spontaneously anyway, or if it happens or doesn't happen, it won't be that important to the truth. But because we have a very strong feeling for this type of, we feel, if you're stuck and you want to have the experience of being freed from it. I wish I could show you where you are free in spite of it as well. And then knowing that, this will be less of a bumpy ride than you think.
It was allowed to control the person through weakness. But I know it can't affect me. I see it, it's not what I am is stronger.
Yeah.
But it had to play out. Like standing up and doing this, it had to play out.
Yes,
somehow.
It is true. Standing up is a very important thing, because when you stand up, you're standing up for your freedom also. You're standing up to say, listen, enough. I don't want to live under the dictatorship of my psychological mind. You see? I don't want to be in that state. I'm not going to live any longer in this state, to be a victim of my own projections and fears and identity and so on. Look, spontaneously people are standing up like this. You see? And it is a very powerful thing you do when you stand up, in fact. Because it's an intuitive and a mystical thing. It already begins to release the grace from deeper down, the deep grace in yourself. To say, yes, I give permission to myself to be free. To not somehow be devoted to the whims of my psychological mind. So this is very, very important to see it. It is not enough, but it's a great step. And it will activate that mechanism that we try by our mind to control, but sometimes find that I feel like I don't have enough power. Grace is your power. Grace is another name for what we are. This power is in you also. So we can sit now. This is very good. Yeah.
I'm sorry it took so long, Guruji.
Yes. Yes.
Very strong.
Yes, yes. Some say it has taken longer than you think. Sometimes for lifetimes we are carrying around this stale food inside our being. And that we come to certain points in life. It's not that you can do it when you want. Sometimes it doesn't work like this. But something has made it very auspicious moment to say, yes, now I feel now to be relieved of this. I want to be free of this. And from this moment, a change is started in you. That's more powerful than your usual daily mind. You see? So this thing had to be burped up, burped out. Yes, like that.
Please take everything that's not true.
Yes. Yes. Everything that is not true, that which is recognized or unrecognized, that is not true. That is the power of grace. Because the mind only will admit to the things it is conscious of. But there are unconscious forces also. Let them also be neutralized by the grace. You see? And you will find that, in fact, what we may have conceived of to be very difficult and big mountains to climb will not be like that. Because you say yourself, you know, I am stronger than that. It is not even stronger than that. You, in your true nature, you are perfect, not stronger. When you are situated in your truthful place, these forces have no power in themselves. You will just ignore them. They will not have any power. So now, every stone that your mind chooses to hide under is going to be lifted, that stone. Anywhere he goes, hide. We're going to pull the blanket off from over him, rip up the tent, burn down the house. He's not going to have anywhere to run.
You.
The mind is going to have to prostrate to the heart itself. Sometimes you fire the mind, but he keeps showing up for work, you know. You say, but hang on, I fired you, you know. No, you were thinking about it, but you didn't come to any out. Yeah. And it is really simple, simply by just not engaging any further. Then that voice will begin to weaken, so that that noise leaves you. Because that is what has happened for many people. The mind stuff, or the psychological mind, it started off as a whisper, you know, and then it became louder and louder and louder. So that it can override the things that you want to hear. You can make it very loud in your head. You can't hear anything. So this will begin to dissipate from now. Your heart have chosen. You've chosen. Yes, I wish now I'm free from that. For whatever reason, something has kept this relationship with the mind hiding, feeling a bit insecure and almost apologetic. And those days overcut, you see. Now is the consciousness in full recovery, recovering back to its original nature. And you will see that, you will start to see. And to the extent that you see, more power will come now. More power will come to just keep on going through all the ego's defenses. We'll go through it more like that. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Okay. You come for me? Okay, you can come here, this one.
So I wanted to come up as a kind of test for myself because it's very easy to be sitting down.
Yes.
And I see there's something more important than my nervousness and my arrogance. So I wanted to testify, I guess, to that.
Yes.
And all day I've been thinking what question I can ask or what can I say, but I think it was just the action to come up.
Yes. That which is more important than your arrogance and your nervousness, which is more important, then be one with that. That which is more important. You say, there is some nervousness and there's some kind of arrogance, and it's very easy to sit down there. But I want to test myself because there's something more important than standing up, being nervous, being looked at by a lot of people, and then being arrogant. Something more important. I want to meet that which is more important.
Me too.
Okay. How much of a distance is that away from you?
So I feel like the arrogance and the fear and the insecurity is now I feel like it's the easy stuff to see, and I can see it and let it go, and it comes and goes.
Yes.
And the stuff that's more subtle is the one maybe that's more in service of this presence, like the one that says keep quiet.
So this thing, sometimes you find that the things which are most close you don't see. Your eyes are fixed at a certain level where it's in its purest focus, and you see in purest focus the thing which is different from you. So you say now the things which like arrogance and these things, they are more distant. It's easy to see them, because you're not combined with them in the same way. But that which is more subtle, meaning that which is more near you, why can't you see you? You're the subtlest of all. Even subtlety you can see. But you are the subtlest, can you see? How can you see yourself? So also maybe we are just limited by language. You're saying that which is in service to presence. Is it different from presence?
No.
You see? And you who are able to be aware of that which is in service to presence and now answering is not different from presence. Are you different from presence?
Also, no, I think.
Okay, if you don't touch anything now, then, because I feel, I'm going to speak on your behalf, I feel, from what I hear and feel from you, you don't need to touch anything else for now. Nothing else. No other word to define or to describe. Nothing. Don't combine yourself even with the idea you have of yourself or anything for a moment. Okay? Just 1 or 2 minutes to sit here with me. Don't touch anything. And tell me what is here. Don't use any word, because you start to use words and they start to take you into divisions and categories and so on. You see, and relationships. So don't touch any of them now. Don't touch anything from any zone of time, from past or future or even present. Don't touch anything. Even your own sense of identity. Don't touch anything. And don't imagine either. Don't imagine or create, don't visualize. Just leave everything. You can do it, in fact. You can do it. Everyone can do it. Don't make up anything. And don't think about it. Just whatever is left is what you are. Whatever is left, meaning you don't have to construct anything around it or combine. It does not need any help. Requires no effort.
It's very simple, actually.
Yeah, isn't it? More than simple, in fact. Because simple means counterpart from difficult. It's neither even simple, before simple even.
Clear.
Clear. That's you. That's you. And the good thing is, you didn't do anything for it. Which is what's great, because if you had to do something for it, you're going to have to keep on doing something for it. For a while, you may have to do something, and that is stop the tendency to pick up things to combine with yourself. Because that's like a reflex, a habit, to keep going back to the old way of being. You did nothing for it. All you did, you stopped combining yourself with other things. Leave everything and stay as what remain. Remain as what remain. And that should take no effort at all. And so easily you come. First you said simple. Then I said, I don't think it's even simple. You say clear. I know what that means. Can it ever be cloudy?
It can be clouded.
Yes. Unto itself it can be clouded. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? Does it know cloudiness, or from what is it clouded? Only when you divide and you start to look as though you're looking at it, then something may seem to come in between. And then you say it gets cloudy because something has created separation in you, and you've done the familiar thing, you became the outsider to what you are. Which is a lie, it's not a true. But because of habit and belief, it will be experienced as separateness, and this separateness brought you nothing but trouble. Pleasure as well. We have some pleasure, we have some ideas, we have some for a while. But now, you, as you are now, can there be anything wrong with you? Ever? Let's be bold. I am asking for you.
No.
No.
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
This place, Monte Sahaja, is amazing. It's just heaven on earth. And the fact that it exists is amazing.
Yes.
And I always knew somehow that it was possible,
Yes. Yes.
even though so many voices and people and noises.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to push through.
Very good. Very good. Very good. You're pushing through. Leave a door open for everybody. This is what happened. When that pushing through happened, I said, as many. I'm already in. I keep it open for as many who will come. Let them come. Someone's going, no, come. Just cross over this bit, and then you can go back if you want. Huh? And nobody has gone back yet. Some came in, you can do this. Just like that. And no one is at a greater distance from themselves or from the truth than you are, or you were. It's only this. Only this. You have to overcome him. The one is going. You have to overcome him. And you've done it.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. So good. Yes, so great. I need to ask you one more question. Can this fade?
No.
Very good. Tell them why.
Because it's always here. It's always here.
Yes.
So you can always, even if you go off, you can find it again once you find
Not
it.
true. You cannot really go off. Yes, it is true. In a way. Because you know what happened? As you said this, a story came to my mind. They said once one disciple was with a master for many years, studying and serving a master for many years. And the master gave always this same instruction to the self, to stay. Just stay as you are. Stay, Don't keep running, come back, And finally, the disciple woke up to this, it just happened like this. And he went straight to Master, and Master, please. Master, for so long, you've allowed me to stay with you. And you always pointed me to the truth, to myself. And finally, Master, somehow your words have opened up in my heart. And thank you. how can I repay you for this? How can I repay you for what you've done? So the master said, I don't know anything about paying or repaying about this. But there's one thing you can do. Don't go back. And when I first heard it, I thought, why he said don't go back? How you can go back? Then I witnessed how you can go back. Still kept some remnant, because even the realization of the self is taking place, and still the seeds of ego have not totally been destroyed, but just that I told you, always you have the advantage because you are already the self. Okay? Just this waking up has to happen, this recognition that this is so, this is so. But it has happened that people have, in early stage, sort of somehow enough ego was there to want to open up some school or to go and tell their friends about it prematurely. Whereas I say, just keep quiet and marinate in your seeing. Your heart knows what I mean. Marinate in the seeing. Keep loving your seeing. Feeling the joy and the gratitude for this seeing to happen. And after a certain, time, a kind of quarantine, it's somehow, these tendencies, they get burnt. I cannot say they get burnt absolutely, because as long as this is here, and the vital force, this force, and the consciousness is here, the potential for thought activity is always here. And thought activity is not the problem. Whereas thought activity, the I thought is central to them. And the tendency to lapse again into, it is still there. Maybe not as virile as it used to be, but somehow sensations will come. The mind will not just give up if it stands a chance. It will come and try and create, to put a wedge between the door. That if it knocks and you just a little bit put a little foot in the door. Say, take your foot out my door. Take your foot out of the door. No. So you have to get something and whack him. Lock him out. Or you stay there. I remember when I was sometime in India, in my room, monkeys used to come in the room, and they, one time I was lying down on my bed, the door was open, I was lying on the floor in my bed, and I had some bananas. I used to buy a bunch of banana, hang it up in the middle of the room so that the ants and things don't get on them. So I'm lying in my room like this a little bit and I sensed a presence, I sort of opened my eye a little bit like this, and I saw a monkey walking like this. So he's a real clever guy. And then I saw him walking, and I got up and I said, "Ah!" And what he did actually, he went first for the banana and then ran out the door. You see? So after this, each time I go to my room, there was outside my door on a wall some years ago, and we'd have a stare down. And I'd be just standing looking at him. And I knew inside, you'd never back down. I just kept looking, calm and straight. And after a while, he drops his head. It's over for now. Your mind has to drop his head. Don't bend your knees in front of your mind. You will try to put this thing. Then after a while, you're over. It's finished. For the greater part, you're there. It's said in the baptism of Christ, after he spent 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness, overcoming the many attempts to seduce his mind into duality again, with temptations and so on. He says, finally says, the devil left him for an opportune moment. What it means. Next time you're feeling weak and tired, I'll be there. You see? Like this. So I say these things so that we don't just indulge in a sense of complacency and think, oh yes, I've done it, now I've given up seeking. No, just keep quiet and quietly merge into your emptiness. You've crossed over. If you have a snake in your house, yeah, and you're trying to get him out, now his head is in the garden, but his tail is still in the room. He's not out enough. He has let him come out. You understand? Just like that. I'm here for beings like you. As many as are open to that. To be back in your heart house. Not in the hout house. In the heart house. You're back in your heart house. And for you, the life, you don't have to manipulate nor strategize now. Let life take care of life. You will see. Your eyes become miraculous again. Because the mind is telling everyone, you must be a survivor. Fight. Don't give up. Dig. Push, push, push. But you're in a state of trust and openness and fearlessness. It will come for you. Thank you, thank you. Very good.
Hello, Guruji.
Hi, darling.
I never know what to say. I never speak with you, but I know that you feel me. But like it's like 2 or 3 weeks that I wanted to come out, and then I was like, oh, it's just my mind, and I'm just fighting with my mind, which is trying to get my attention, like, I should say something. So I just kept quiet, but somehow, like, now you are leaving, and I'm leaving too. I'm coming back, but you will be in London. And this is like the last day, and if this would be my last day on this planet, I would like to speak with you. And I don't know what to say, just trust this moment.
Yes. I'm very happy that you came up, Because always we see each other, you okay, yeah? Okay. So today we're like this, and it's very nice. I see that over this time, something, from the time in India and here now, how much something has really softened inside your heart, and how you move with that grace inside you. But I like it when you come and somehow bring yourself like this. You say if it was your last day on this planet, you went one step further than me. I say if it was your last satsang, you say if it was my last day on this planet. I like that. Then what would be, you say?
I just don't know what to say. Just there are like so many things, but if I look at this, it's just foolishness and just.
Then, in that case, leave all foolishness, actual and potential. Actually foolish, past foolish, and potentially foolishness. Leave everything, leave everything. We have such an amazing power, actually, and not enough exercised, this power. Because when you exercise this power, it exorcises a lot of things out. Just by your will, just by your heart's will, not just your head's will, but your heart's will. And your heart has been really soaking in grace, because so I can speak to you even though you don't speak. I can say what I see from you. So then, like that, I say you can leave everything. Then leave all the foolishness of the mind. Because he sees you still have clean ears, and it's true. You don't speak in your head. But you don't listen to something because you have ears. You listen because you have some interest. It's not the ears that listen. And who is it speaking to, the mind? Who is it speaking to? Because it cannot speak to yourself. He's not that impertinent. He knows also, no, I can't speak to him. No. But when he's sleeping and thinking he's something else, I have good fun with him. He cannot speak. The ego cannot intimidate your heart or your true self. It can only intimidate the idea you have of who you are. And in a sense, if you look at it in the bigger picture, you see that it is good that the ego mind or the ego sense molests your self-image, because it helps you to aspire to become more true, to let go of what is false. Because if the ego identity was completely pampered and, nurtured and loved and so on, you would never aspire for the complete truth. So when you've gone through, the high spin and been roughed up a little, and somehow you start to activate the deeper intelligence in yourself to come out of it. And it shows, it's not just what you say about yourself, it actually shows through your presence that a deeper maturity is taking place. So if it's your last day, you say, on this planet,
there is like a doubt.
Yeah.
I know also this is just the same guy, but it's related to like if I got it or not. I know it's just also this, it's not true, but
you
it seems to
say,
have more
I know
power.
also this is not true, but you don't know completely enough.
Yeah.
Because if you knew it completely enough, you wouldn't even mention it. It would not be worth mentioning. You see? Because somehow we say, I know it's a bit foolish, I know no, but there's still some involvement, in it. And there are some things you can be involved with a little and they don't cause so much trouble. But there are others which you're involved in it, and the tax on being involved with the wrong things is too much. And to hold a doubt about your deeper nature is tantamount to being in bondage of something. Because you cannot live your full truth. You cannot take a complete breath nor exhale completely. It's too tight. It's too costly. Your mind has created such a sense of vulnerability that you cannot just relax completely. Sometimes even in sleep, we don't even sleep because the need to control is so strong. So this doubt, I don't know if I got it, I'm not even know if I got myself completely, then you must inquire more. And if you don't know, then we will do it together more,
Yes, please.
You see, because you say, what was the doubt you say? I don't know, I doubt whether
I don't know if I understood the self.
Yes.
Just-
Yeah. Yeah. And even if we say something like this, you are the self. My saying you are the self is not enough. It has to be that it's become clear what these words are pointing to, and that they're pointing to you in that position as the self. Not as a future thing, because I'm only pointing to your alreadiness as the self, not your going to become-ness, the self, but to your alreadiness as the self. You see? And for that I don't say, oh, you must prepare and do exercise for these things. We only look again in a way of reminding you that whatever you're perceiving through the senses or the mind, it is impermanent. And we all know that. We all know it. It's just that things seem to go, they seem to come back. They seem to go and come back. And your mind tells you that they're kind of permanent because they're always here. They're not always here, they come and go. And they come and they come back because they get your attention. And these forces, they live on attention, just like your lungs need oxygen. These forces need your attention. They need your identity. They need your belief and interest to keep you somehow in a state of doubt. You see, you need to believe maybe you're not good enough, you're not ready enough, you didn't get it, and so on. These thoughts you need to believe. And so like that, it keeps you in a state of duality all the time. And I tell you again that whatever you perceive through your mind, whatever the mind has got to say about you, like this, the mind doesn't have the memory. It's you who have the memory. It's your remembrance it's using. It says, you remember when you did that last time. It's a relationship, this relationship of the consciousness, which is in a state of hypnosis in believing it is a person, the relationship that it has with the mind aspect, which through memory and identity. And it's that relationship itself that's been kept alive that also keeps this duality and this tightness there. And so you're not sitting in the fullness of your truth. The truth is already there, you see. So whatever you're seeing, whatever you imagine or remember or see or whatever, you see that they're just like passing clouds. And to give a full demonstration of that, can you bring anything of yesterday back here today, of what you thought? And now it says here, what is it? 444, 444. 444 yesterday, exactly what was your feeling? What were your thoughts? At any time. With memory you can say, yeah, actually about 4, maybe, yeah, I was kind of feeling like this. At best you can only give some sort of something. It's gone. Then the day before yesterday is even further gone. Last week, completely made up now in your mind. Then you're telling stories about when you were 17 and things like this. So it's just what you make up. It has no truth in it, really. But we value them because we see him as a person. We need to have a story or a history to convince others of the history of your existence. Now, presence does not need that. It is just pure existence, pure being, which is what we are. And we become so habituated to needing a story, a need to be remembered and so on, that the sense of presence, which is so intuitive, so spontaneous, so fresh, feels like, okay, it's very nice, but I need a story. And some stories can be there, it's okay, but it's not a need. It is not a need. When it's a need, it becomes too important for you. And fear will come that you may lose your story. And by losing your story, you're losing your existence. But the existence you would really be losing is delusion. Just delusion. Made up things. You see?
So I just stay in this moment. And
what does it mean to stay in this moment? It has to be not a time moment. The true moment is not a time moment. It's not a clock moment. To stay in this moment means to be empty of you. To stay in this moment means to be empty of you, of your story, desires and projections. To not combine yourself with any of this. And immediately you will experience what is here. Immediately. This is what is so beautiful here, that we don't have to wait for the result of it. You don't hold on to any notion about yourself and your future and these things. Just let go of all of that, and you'll see this, which is here, which cannot pass. Everything else is passing. Time says, whatever you see or remember or imagine, all that belongs to me. I eat all of that up. You see? The only thing I cannot swallow is awareness, the God self, because that is there before me. So you must find the God self in you, for it is there before time. Another clue, everything about you is passing. This is a time body, like a candle lit, is burning away. And this light we call life. And the mind, what you call your mind, your memories, we treasure so much, that is always subject to change. Even memory sometimes fade. What is left? There's something in you that does not fade, does not go. It never even came. It is so powerfully true. This you must find. This is the one thing that will not be past. Oh, it was there in what we call past, and it will be here in what we'll call future. But it is really beyond time.
because sometimes I thought I found it. I'm speaking like this because it's just...
Yes. When you thought you found it, what made you think you found it? Tell me. What was the special feeling that made you feel, yes, okay, this is it?
Because everything I was looking as an object, I was trying to look for it, like where is it, where can the perceiver be perceived, and look for, and then something changed, and I stopped to, I don't know, just the word awareness had a meaning in that moment. It's everything, it's everything can be seen inside this awareness. Yes. I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, it's good.
Inside this.
Yeah.
But the feeling of this being so alive is not always the same. Because the first time
What is being so alive? The awareness or the things moving in awareness?
the awareness.
Yes.
This and then I had so much joy, so much happiness.
Yes.
And
Who was having the
is-
joy, the happiness? I have to ask this question
Yeah.
because
It's
you're
not-
going to have to meet this question at some point in your existence. Who is having the joy? Is something different from awareness was experiencing joy? And even if there was joy, you think, yes, 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 ooh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then the joy went. Okay. And the
The
one
joy-
the one who enjoyed the joy,
yeah, there was still this one who was enjoying the joy.
yes,
And
yes, is the one who was enjoying the joy, was it not also appearing in the awareness?
yes,
Be the awareness.
it's like sometimes I don't know if this was true or not. Like maybe these doubts from mind, like, or maybe I was imagining it, or maybe
Yeah, you
So-
who were imagining it would be who? The awareness or something else?
something else playing in the awareness.
Yeah. If I say stay as awareness, does it have any meaning at all?
Yes, but not always.
So
Yeah, yes,
does
but-
that mean awareness is not always, or something is not always awareness?
No, I'm not always, like often I'm still identified with the person, and
Yes.
there's
If
this
there is
coming
identifying
up.
with a person, it is also a movement arising in the awareness.
Yes,
The awareness is the constant. It is like saying, let's try to move about, but without the need of space. Okay? Let's just try to, one day, we're all voting, all the beings in the world are voting for one day without space, so that we can put the things exactly where we want to. I mean, it's a completely ridiculous thing, isn't it? So it would be like that. That you can experience anything, including the sense of yourself, without awareness. The very fact that you have any experience is itself evidence that the awareness is there first.
yes,
Is the medium in which the things are appearing, and the intelligence to perceive them also arises in that awareness. Is nothing that you can imagine.
because it's always here. Like
Yes.
even if I don't have this, this is awareness. Like
Yes. Even the one saying, yes, finally, I am the awareness, is perceived in the awareness.
yes,
And the awareness is not some dead, inert thing, nor is it a person.
no,
Nor can you say the best that has been used in words to say it's like space. But it's not just space, because space is, in a sense, inert, meaning that it's an element. It's a quality. It's the space also is perceived in awareness. And the power to perceive the space is also appearing in the awareness itself. And the one who is going, oh man, this is too much, is also appearing in the awareness. And the one who is saying, I really don't get this, is also appearing in the awareness. And the one who is saying, sometimes I go into the awareness and sometimes I come out. When you come out of awareness, where do you go? Try to not be awareness.
yeah, it's better maybe.
This misunderstanding just is going to be cleared up, is being cleared up. Because why all this difficulty come? Because we seem not to be able to help attaching form to ourselves. Like, you just have to be the form. And while you feel that I'm this body, I'm this person with this history, and I exist as the person. I've got a passport, I've got a birth certificate, proof of my existence as a person. You see? So that feels so tangible and so virile with meaning, whereas awareness doesn't have a meaning. So of course, we being so totally immersed in conditioning, and the belief is so strong, you see, go back to refer to ourselves from the perspective of phenomenality, where you feel you have a proof, evidence of your existence phenomenally. That is fine also, it's fine. There is no quarrel with this. What there is being pointed out, that all your phenomenal manifested imagery, self-images, are perceived in awareness. That you cannot argue, that you are there to watch all these changes happen. And ultimately you will come to see from a place which itself is unchanging. There is for a time a kind of stubbornness in the mind, you can say, where the consciousness is it's still a bit doped with the feeling that, yes, but, I'm still the person trying to get there. And so what we can do about it, not much. It has to kind of just keep on wearing out. And some are so worn out from this idea, just a little flick, and it's finished. Another one. Nothing. Coconut head. Can't do nothing. And all is play of consciousness. Consciousness placed your body here in Satsang. Why? Because somehow it deemed this is your time. This is your time to hear this and to drink in. And just in the same way, many people come to satsang, and in the beginning, sometimes for 3 months, they don't understand anything. But they keep coming. And I don't understand. What is he talking about? They say also sometimes, we don't get it. We don't know what you're talking about. Why you come? I can't help it. I've got to. Something keeps bringing me here.
I feel there is still something to say, maybe, but I don't know what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So you said, because while you were speaking, I was a little bit, I couldn't really understand sometimes.
It happens also like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I won't try anymore to stay as awareness, as a person.
It is always here, anyhow. I don't know if there's anything the person can do for this, but I'm still very present with you because I don't regard you as a person.
I know.
Okay, so that's why we're still here, together, because if I begin to regard you as a person, we are in trouble for me. It's too much trouble, But I'm not trying to regard you as presence, because it's what is obviously here. You see, you are the self. But when you speak for yourself, you sound a bit different.
Yes.
From.
But I had this sensation, like, yes, I'm the self sometimes. Like, there's no doubt, like, we are all this.
Yeah.
But not always. And so now I'm speaking as I'm really. As
This
a person.
language is going to wear off from you,
Yeah.
from
I know.
everybody. Is my what is it I can say it is for me? It's my hope, intention. I don't know if I can say. Conviction, wish, blessing. Because it's clearly not an enjoyable state to be unsure of what you are. Sometime this, sometime that. And this inconsistency is just so all-pervading somehow that, we like to make us stand as though, we really are consistent, we really stand up for something. But the mind cannot do it. It's so fickle. I love you today. Tomorrow, don't really know. Next day, it is so unstable. So no wonder there's unhappiness at some point, because you cannot guarantee your word. And nor need you to guarantee words. It is not our calling, in fact. They should just be alive enough. The words should be just alive enough to kill you. She's like this now. I speak like this one now. See, I just say that and she's crying. I said the words should just be alive enough to kill you. This is not blood and guts, okay? Meaning to kill delusion, to kill delusion, and to set your heart free from the torment of psychological identity. And you feel it. You feel the health of your true being. You feel the freedom. You should not be feeling, restricted and tight and controlled. If spirituality has any validity, you should not be feeling all constipated.
Now I feel like this a bit. I don't know.
You feel like that a bit.
I feel like
Yes.
it's not me. I see that it's something.
Something is tightening up.
But
It's okay. Something is tightening up because it's not sure and something.
yes.
And now is the perfect time to begin to recognize that you cannot be that. Because you were there before this thing came. And you are here when it is here. And you'll be here to watch it depart also. So it cannot be you because it will go. And if it was you, then when it goes, you will also be gone. But you're here to say, Sri Mooji, it's gone now. So you're here all the time. Witnessing on some level. And your witnessing becomes less and less involved as we become more mature internally. It matters less. The witnessing becomes almost casual and neutral. It is not so hot, not so consequential, you see. This is how you begin to look. You're not so easily disturbed. Concepts don't trouble you. Even people praise or blame you doesn't have such a deep impact because you know you are not merely flesh and blood. Yes. This is a mortal body, but the immortal is walking inside him. This is mortal body, time body, but the timeless is inside it. Who is playing as time for a time. And in that time called life, it must somehow wake up to its timelessness. This is the challenge of the life. And it is good that the life is not more than 70, 80 years. Is enough to win your freedom. Even if we're starting from scratch.
Thank you.
In my heart, I cannot look at any of you and imagine you to be lost. I simply cannot do it.
I love you so much and also trust you so much. If you say that it's possible for everyone to get it.
Yes. You see, what is amazing is that you are already it. That's amazing for me, I have to say. Yes. And the second thing, that even in life as it is being experienced, with the body and with situations and conditions, and everyone has their own unique life story and life flow, even in the most difficult cases, because you are that already. You have the advantage. Then, yes, I don't know if I go too far to say that, but you cannot judge by appearances. Someone can seem to be so far away from that, and in an instant, their lives blossom and bloom with such beauty. Another one can seem so near and continue being only with a feeling of near. And yet all of that is only inside the dream. Only inside the dream. What I can say is whatever the situation, whatever circumstances you experience in the life, know in your heart, in the big picture, everything is okay. Everything is okay. We're looking frame by frame. Oh, sometimes the big picture. This is what Satsang brings back to you. Your cosmic vision, viewing, your panoramic seeing, rather than looking out at life from under the bed. No, that you begin to look with eyes that are full of silence and love and peace again. And everybody who comes to Satsang, you have to be touched by it. Something may react and go off screaming, but it's the serum is already in there. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to come? Come for me. Okay, come in.
I feel like I'm standing on the edge, and I thought that if I stand up, then it's almost like jumping in.
Yes. There are two versions of awakening. You can say there are billions, but I'm going to narrow them into two. Huh? One is the awakening, which is the outcome of an evolutionary movement of growing and growing and growing and growing, and then coming to be standing on the edge of your very existence, waiting to be pushed or to be blown off. Or there is awakening which takes place as a recognition of where you've always been and seeing the dream as a dream. Seeing the dream as a dream, then there's no great steps to take, no great fall, no head to be chopped off. You see? That is one way. The other way, head has to roll, push off. You see? Like this. And so, sometimes in a way, both. Sometimes both, because you are also the non-dynamic self and the dynamic self. Meaning, you are the self which has a life in the world, relationships and family and things and activities that you're doing. It's a self, and you understand the self is playing in this aspect as a person, but it's not really a person. And you can see. Spirituality helps you to see that the person is only a kind of costume, a mask, that presence is wearing for a while and believing that this is so-and-so. You see? Like one time somebody calls you uncle or auntie. You say, well, what is an auntie exactly? It's just a word, actually, and it denotes a certain relationship. So now I'm an auntie, or now I'm an uncle or something. All these things become like concepts that you just accept. But when I speak about the awakening is just seeing that all of this is in the mind. It's rare. Why is it rare? It is rare because we have been schooled and trained to be the mind, to accept the mind as the fundamental reality. And yet it cannot be a fundamental reality because it's always changing. It's always changing. The only time it's not changing is when it's asleep, basically. As soon as he's up, he's in some gear. It cannot be your fundamental reality. You see? The fundamental reality has got to be so stable so that every movement, however subtle, is perceivable in the total stillness of what is. So we are both that, but you must discover your ultimate state, which is the fundamental reality, and then the relative reality, the dynamic reality, can be seen and enjoyed without threats. Both are necessary in some way. You will continue after awakening to, if you have a daughter, you cannot say, well, I got no such thing as a daughter anymore, I'm the great awakening or whatever. You will not, people have said things like that, and it can be true also to say, but it's rare. Normally when we say that, it's because we're still coming from ego place. But you will still have family, and something knows. The consciousness knows how to, it's the wisest parent, in fact. And it is the wisest child. It knows how to be without planning how to be. It is always appropriate in its activities to the needs of that moment without plan. That is to do with your intuitive and spontaneous being. That is the beauty of the existence. But if you strongly identify with personhood and with the evolutionary seeker, then you may come to a point that you speak of now to say, I feel like I'm standing on the edge of existence and I need to take this big leap. And there's fear. You see? So now you're at the very edge. You're not at the edge? Oh, where are you?
Just sitting.
No. Is your being sitting?
No. I have a very strong physical sensation.
Yeah, I see.
Like a blockage.
Yes. Bring the microphone more close, don't get so echo. You feel a strong physical sensation like a blockage.
Yes.
You see? And now, that is also perceivable, a blockage. And what you're going to hear from me is, don't go into that. Don't go into that. Because the mind itself is manifesting these things. Now, blockage. And then it wants you to go, oh yes, and how can I get out of this blockage? Well, actually, you're not in it. The mind is a shopkeeper offering you a pound of blockage. On promotion today. Half price, look. You see? Like that. So you just say, no, I'm not here for blockages today. Otherwise, it's very easy to believe these things. In fact, all our lives we've been believing in blockage. I feel so blocked, I can't go anywhere. Why not be happy to feel blockage? You can be happy also. Blockage can't go out today. But it's nothing at all. So I would not advise, okay, now there's a blockage, let's see how we can tackle that. No, we're not going to tackle any blockage. We're not going to give one breath to it. So, next. Okay. Now what then?
Thank you.
Huh? Is it like that? It can be. I am willing and ready to take your answers to come from your heart. Because it has happened like this. You say, okay, well that's it. I didn't purchase the block.
I'm going to sit a little bit and feel it if it's okay.
You're sitting right now, let's see. It's a good place. Because it can be like this. Sometimes just sometimes I say, just like your fingernail can hide the sun. The sun is 93 million miles away, they say, from the earth. And it's a huge thing. Your fingernail, boom, can hide it. Okay? In the same way, a thought, ill-conceived, can somehow hide your intuitive recognition of yourself. A thought believed in, not just any thought, a thought believed in. You see? And sometimes it can be something as small like this. I'm standing on an edge of my existence and I need a push. And I say, well, maybe you don't need no push. Maybe you don't need to jump. Sometimes we need to jump. If you need to jump, then I'll be right there behind you on the edge of this cliff. And I'm going to tell you, hey, you, it's my turn. Okay? And you can't pass me to go back. Okay? But if you don't need to be pushed, just need to acknowledge your true place and drop the self-image about being on a cliff, which you seem to have done. And I really mean this, it's something very beautiful in you, that you can drop an idea. You seem to be able just to drop an idea. So then you say, well, actually, okay, and then, okay, then what's the problem? Well, now there's a block. So what's a block is, it's nothing. It's nothing at all. Where are you going for something to block you? You're not going anywhere. If I say the self is on special offer at Bonanza in the town center, okay, but there's a big tree in the middle of it, then you're blocked. And I said, the self is not there, the self is right there. You're not blocked. Block means nothing at all, it's just an idea. And you say, okay. I say, okay, back to the cliff. You say, no, there's no cliff. I went back to the block. And there's no block. And then what? Now what? You say, I'll go back to my seat and think about if this is true or not. I say, you're on your seat with me? There's something you don't have to wait for. It never waits. It's never impatient. It's the most natural thing in you. And it's not a thing at all. Tell me if you've heard anything in your whole existence that can compare with what I've told you, if it is true. That you can never die. The body will fall, but what you are can never pass away. Your thoughts about yourself will pass away, but what you are can never pass away. And that you can recognize it consciously now, perhaps, if there's openness there, if the grace is manifesting, that it wants to have this experience right now. Very good. Okay, you go and sit again, and we will talk maybe a bit at another moment. Okay. It's 5:22 now, and we thought to take a break and have some chai or something, come back in 15 minutes or so, and we can, if some of you would like to be here, it's that part of Satsang where I get a chance to read some of the letters that come in each week, and it gives me a chance to look at them, and it's quite an important part of Satsang, so you're very much welcome back. But if not, if you have to go on, then bless your journey onwards from here, and those of you who have to leave right now, then we look forward to seeing you again, and to continue to rest in that which is knocking on your door from inside, and continue merging beautifully in your own inner ocean. Sit incomparable, to be presented a gift, the gift of your own self, which is not wrapped in any packaging, and it cannot be seen. It cannot be lost. But in this life, there is something called discovering or rediscovering or recognition. That is the most important thing. It feels to me, of all the various techniques and approaches towards the realization of the self, perhaps one of the greatest is what I would call recognition. Because there's something instant and immediate about recognition. It doesn't, it's not about waiting, which has its part to play also, because we are very much, for great periods of our life, we are very much creatures of time, but not absolutely. And the chance of satsang, opportunity of satsang, is to discover our absoluteness, if it is possible. What is the greatest attainment in the human kingdom? Is it fame? Is it wealth? Is it a beautiful family life? Is it a very rewarding career, or the pleasures of creativity? Is it to leave some mark on the world that will be remembered? What is the greatest urge within us for life? To gain what from life? Yes. Happiness, yes. Happiness, joy, all these other words we'll use, wisdom, joy, happiness, all this, they all derive, they all come out of one word, one thing. To find the truth, to find God, to find and be our true self. Everything else is unstable. They are variable. The self alone is constant. But I don't want to just talk about that. The invitation is that you can experience and verify that for yourself. And so vast that from any language, from any tribe, any culture, any race, this truth pervades everyone. Thank you. We will have some music before we go. While we are, I wanted you to say something today. I think I asked you, no? While they're preparing to come. We have a very beautiful community, Sangha also, in Sweden. I'm very fond of them. And I was told a little something, but I think you want to tell me something a bit more.
Yes. Actually, this is what I'm telling now. It's for people that live in Sweden.
People listening in from Sweden. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, listening from the Sweden. And as I told you before, that in Ansbacka is a community that has a history of 20 years of doing meditation and different stuff and satsang. And we had the opportunity to do some online satsang with you, and
Yes.
then in the summer in No Mind Festival, it was so, blessing to have you in two Skype satsang.
Yes.
And the feeling for me and the other people that they are there is like many changes happening in this place, and the place became more stronger and moving towards something more truthful. And right now they are receiving some refugee, and Ansbach are making home for people that they don't have a home, and they really take care of them, and they need help. And I heard like in kitchen 17 people were working hard and cooking for 180 people, and even the staff working so hard. And It
Okay.
was so touching for me, and I just wanted to say, if people that they are hearing now and they live in Sweden and they have a willing to help this place, Ansbacka, it calls Ansbacka. Many of them, I'm sure they know this place. To help the refugees, they are very welcome, and they will, I don't know when, but they will receive a new group of them, and people are interested to.
How can they get in touch?
They can write to Ansbacka. They can write to volunteers and at ansbacka.sa, or write to Ida. Ida is IDA is a Swedish name, at ansbacka.sa, or they can find information also. I don't think in the
These are
website.
refugees coming from
Syria.
From Syria at the
Yeah,
moment.
they
Okay.
come.
Because I heard something about it, and I felt it would be good. We have a number of Sangha members in various parts of Sweden. And so this appeal, from what I've understood from you, is an appeal for people, particularly who are living in Sweden. And if they feel in their heart that if you would like to play a role as a volunteer to help the group in Ansbacka, to be in service, greater service to the refugees who they have taken on, and also generally to just join in the program there to help them to improve services, and in what way you can give, maybe also financially if you want to, or anyone else. I don't think it's limited only to Sweden, to like to participate in some way to help this group, who are also a Sangha group there in Sweden, to get in touch with those numbers, those addresses, and then
And
we
also
hope.
they have a plan to do the online retreat in
Yes, in London,
and
right,
if people would like to join and support also the Satsang in that way, and even maybe they cannot stay for 5 days or 1 day or at weekend, they are welcome. They can write to Ida, as I said, ida@ansbacka.sa, and yes, then they are very welcome to be here.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you. We'd like to thank also the people from the countries in Europe, particularly, who have really opened up their doors to take so many refugees coming from Syria. And what a great movement of compassion and brotherhoodness to support this big exodus and big movement at the moment. So to continue to do that, also from ourselves here in Portugal, also to stand with and behind that movement, alongside many other people who feel strongly at this time for that. So thank you. Very good. Namaste. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, this is a dream. So Father, you do what you will. Hide me inside you and forget what you've done. Hide me inside you and forget what you've done. You give me pleasure so I can look away from you. You send me fear so I can seek refuge in you. You strike me as to instill humility in me. merge with you, keep my head at your feet. Until I merge with you, keep my head at your feet. Until I merge with you, keep my head at your feet. Until I merge with you, keep my head at your feet. Until I merge with you, keep my head at your feet. Let your hand be my hand. Let your love be my love. Let my body be your body. Let my mind be your mind. Let your heart be my heart. Let my voice be your voice. Let my spirit be your spirit. Let my life be you. Let my life be you. Let my life